I think we're gonna pause here because it's a little too nice out to be cooped up inside. It's starting to rain right as I went outside to record this, so luckily I'm under a little bit of a covered swing, so we're going to be doing this outside. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you are returning, if you are a first-time viewer, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for clicking the thumbnail. Congratulations on beating that game last week. Way to knock that off the backlog. I'm really proud of you. If you're new around here, one thing I do every month is I unbox my regular shipment from Video Games Monthly, which is right here. Haven't even freed it from its priority mail prison, so what do you say? I had just recorded this inside and I said it was too nice to be inside to do this, but now that it's raining, let's do this outside. Why not? Let's have some fun. Let's live life on the edge. So let's get this guy freed from his priority mail prison and we will find out what's inside together. All right, so what is Video Games Monthly? If you don't know, Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service where you can get 3, 4, 5, or 10 games shipped directly to your front door. These are retro systems ranging all the way from the 70s to the PS4 and the Xbox One. A magnificent service offered by some friends here in Michigan. They're locals, and I appreciate that. I like to support them. Personally, I get pretty much everything that's on a cartridge. I get the NES, the Sega Master System, the N64, Super Nintendo, the Genesis. I also get Dreamcast, Wii U, and I think that's it. There's always something I forget here. I don't have anything scripted, and honestly, I'm outside. Even if I had something scripted, I don't have a teleprompter that runs outside. So it's just not gonna work. The way I do this is I open up this box. We find out exactly at the same time what's inside of it. I look right down this camera, and I show you guys what I get. You guys laugh at me because I can't read the labels. I run through, I give you a quick review, I let you know what I think about them, and then we get the total added up at the end. I pay $54.99 a month, that is with shipping, for the 5-up box. That means I get at least 5 games in this shipment, unless there's a 1-up, but we're gonna find out right now. So we're gonna crack this open. Floydmania is running wild on all of us. We're gonna find out what's inside. All right, cracking it open right now. Always, I do a feel test here. There's a game with a Post-it note on it. It is a Famicom. Oh yeah, I get Famicom. I told you there was something I forgot. Famicom, Genesis, NES, Super Nintendo, and NES. Doesn't feel like there's any 1-up cards in here, but yeah, all right, so we'll see. What is our ephemera this month? It is a top, but it's thematic at least. It's a Mario top. This is probably some birthday supply thing or something like that, but that's all right. Of course, as always, we have bubble wrap, which is always appreciated. Always do love getting bubble wrap. That is a nice distraction to have during work meetings. All right, so first up, we're gonna start with the Famicom that has a note on it. 3, 2, 1, here we go. GGG no Kitaru Yokai Diama. Yep, I have no idea. It's a Famicom game. Let's find out together what this game's all about. Oh, let me tell you about Gigigi no Kitaru Yokai Daimakyu. Maybe. I probably butchered that, but to me, this game is Ninja Kid. This is a game I used to own when I was younger, and it's a game I legitimately adore. Despite its overall just blistering mediocrity, this is a game I love. I've told the story in the past about the amazing Christmas where my mom bought me a box of games, where she found a bunch of them on clearance at a store, and Ninja Kid was one of those titles, and it's one of those games that I think about constantly as one of the kind of signature NES experiences of my childhood. And this is the Famicom release of that. It's the Famicom version of it. I booted it up and I was like, this is oddly familiar. This is pulling at some memories, but I know I've never played this. It doesn't look exactly like anything I played. And then I got in a game and the music is identical to Ninja Kid and the gameplay is identical to Ninja Kid. It's just a sprite swap. It's a palette swap and it looks a little bit different. I'm legitimately thrilled to have this game. Like I said, despite its overwhelming blanketed mediocrity, this is one of my core childhood memories, and is it worth anything? No, it's worth $3, but to me, this is pure nostalgia, and you cannot put a price on that. All right, there you have it. That game right there. All right, moving on. Next, it is time for... I always like doing NES last. It's kind of a nice one. All right, so let's go Genesis. No Master System this month. A bit of a bummer, but all right. Here we go. Genesis. 3, 2, 1. Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure. I've never played this one, but I do enjoy Tiny Toon Adventure games. I loved the cartoon when I was younger. I like the games now. Let's find out how this game is. I didn't really know what to expect from Tiny Toon Adventures Buster's Hidden Treasure, because honestly, I don't know how this is going to play on the Genesis. Now, I've played all the other Tiny Toon games on the NES and on the Super Nintendo, and while I like them, I like others more than other ones. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Buster Bust Loose, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a good game. I would probably rate it at a B overall, but it's not necessarily something I'm going to go out of my way to play. So I was kind of apprehensive with Tiny Toon Adventures Buster's Hidden Treasure because I was worried it was going to have some of those same mechanics as the Super Nintendo release, but this is just a kind of run-of-the-mill Sonic clone in the grand scheme of things. You go really fast. The faster you move, the longer your locomotion gets and the more quickly you speed up. There's little sliders that you're able to move around and kind of manipulate to kind of launch yourself a little bit, like the springs that Sonic's able to use in his games. There's spring pads for you to jump on. You have to collect carrots. It's a really good game. Like, the only major difference here between it and Sonic the Hedgehog is that in this one, you've kind of got a life bar, and in Sonic, you have rings. I'm pretty pleased with this one. It's not a perfect platformer by any stretch of the imagination, but the look is great. The sound is great. It's straight out of Tiny Toon Adventures. It's the Tiny Toon Adventures theme. And it's pretty fun to play. Not gonna lie to you. Pretty happy with this one. Here's our card. This is what I was looking for before. So, the card. What is the card? The card, you say. Alright, so the card is a reminder, one, to update your list. You are able to curate your list of games that you own, which means they are not going to send you any duplicates. And if a duplicate does happen, because mistakes happen, we're all human, things occur, you are able to contact them and they will get a replacement out to you. But if you don't update your list, it's kind of on you. I want to apologize for the quality of my voice right now. I'm getting over being sick. But also what this says is that you are able to win 3 free games. Basically what this says is if you share your experience with Video Games Monthly on social media, you will be entered in for an opportunity to win a free 3-up box, meaning you get free games sent to you. 3 games, in fact, 3 free. I always have trouble saying that. Anyway, moving on now. All right, let's look at Super Nintendo. Super Off-Road. Can't go wrong. I love Ivan Iron Man Stewart Super Off-Road. Kind of love that this got sent to me. I got the NES version last month. I got the Super Nintendo version this month. Let's look at one of my favorite games right now. Okay, I'm suspicious that they have an idea of what they're doing here, because the fact that they sent me Super Off-Road last month for the NES and I had such a big reaction, and I got Super Off-Road again this month for the Super Nintendo, and I did not have as equally a big reaction because, I mean, my voice is still shot. I'm absolutely thrilled to have this. They're identical games, but they play not identically whatsoever. The idea is the same. You're just going around a track, you're picking up your nitrous, you're grabbing your money so you can boost your car up, but the gameplay is a little bit different. The physics in the Super Nintendo are a little bit more noted, of course. The graphics look better. The music is about the same, if I'm being honest. It's kind of the bog standard music that you would get with any Super Off-Road release, but it's a really fun game. Like, I love Super Off-Road. I'm excited to have this now on 2 platforms. There's only 1 more to go, although if you guys want to send me Super Off-Road the Baja, I'm certainly not going to complain there either, but it's just a fun title. It's great single player, it's fantastic multiplayer. There's some really fun challenge in this game. I mean, as you can see from this footage, I never finished in first in any of these races, but I still had a blast. Still a great time to play. Super Off-Road is a marvelous title, absolutely wonderful experience. Legitimately so happy to get that. That's just wonderful. Not as big of a reaction as last month because honestly, I don't really have the voice for it, and I kind of want to finish the video. So, all right, up next. All right, 2 NES games. 2 NES games. All right, here we go. No feel of damage on any of the labels. So, all right, 3, 2, 1. First NES, we have Ikari Warriors. Awesome. I love SNK. The first Ikari Warriors is a wonderful title, one of my favorites. Let's look at this one right now. So, Ikari Warriors, belay that order, soldier. I apparently have very fond memories of a very mediocre game when I was younger, so Ikari Warriors is a run-and-gun shooter. Ignore everything I'm about to tell you after this video by saying it's one of the best on the NES, because there are better options out there. By Jackal, seriously. Ikari Warriors is indeed a run-and-gun shooter. It stars Ralph and Clark from the King of Fighters series, and it's clunky as hell. It's very slow, very choppy animations, very choppy frame rate, kind of not great hit detection, and for some reason they saw fit to put in a bullet counter in the game, which is not fun. I don't know if I'm misremembering this or confusing this with a different game from my childhood, but I remember really enjoying Ikari Warriors, but playing it today, no, this is not a terribly enjoyable game. Now, I know for a lot of folks, this is one of those landmark NES titles that people really enjoy, and for you, I'm happy. For me, it just doesn't connect. I'm gonna have to say, not a great game, not something I'm probably ever going to play again. It just does not play well. Not my favorite experience, to say the least, from this box. Awesome run and gun shooter, a great game, fantastic filler title. Not something that I think every collection needs, but if you like run and gun shooters, you should have that one in your collection. All right, final game. 3, 2, 1, here we go. World Cup. Hey, you know what? This is actually a really fun title. I've got the multi-cart that has World Cup on it. I'm excited to have the single card as well. I do like sports games. I like NES sports games especially. I think they're actually really fun. This one's got a few scratches on the label, but that's okay. Let's take a look at World Cup right now. Nintendo World Cup is a Technos game. Don't let the name fool you. This is a Kunio-kun soccer game. And everything that entails by that implication of being Kunio-kun is heavily involved here. This is a soccer beat-em-up. You are able to beat the absolute holy hell out of your opponents to knock them out of the game. Basically, in between goals, if you hit them enough, if you slide tackle them enough, they're going to collapse, and you're going to have free reign of the field to try and score. Now, smartly enough, Technos really put a lot of logic into how the goalkeepers play, so it's not just a ridiculously fast scoring pace here once you knock players out. The goalies are really good, so you're going to have to work to get the goals, but the game is remarkably fun. It plays beautifully well. It looks fantastic for being a Technos game. This looks like everybody just stepped right out of River City Ransom, and it's a marvelous addition to a collection. This is a great game to have in a multi-pack. It was shipped on a multi-cart before. It's also great to have as a solo game, and you can't go wrong with it. Like, if you like River City Ransom or you like any Kunio-kun game, look into this one. Nintendo World Cup's a really fun time. All right, 5 games shipped to me from Video Games Monthly. Let's get over to price charting. Let's total everything up, and we'll tell you if I came out ahead or not. If you've been keeping score, the cost has been on screen. You've already figured out if I have or not, but I haven't, so let's find out together.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
All right, I am back, and how did I make out this month? A little bit light this month, but that's okay. It's not going to be a winner every month. There's always a chance that you're going to get some kind of killer game in here. The big winner this month, as far as value goes, and as far as personally goes, would be Ivan Iron Man Stewart Stupor Off-Road. Ivan Iron Man Stewart. The big winner this month for value and personal preference would be Super Off-Road on the Super Nintendo, although I'm kind of excited to try everything here. Also really happy to add Akari Warriors back to my collection. Like I said, a little bit light this month, but overall, a good box. Not upset by this at all. All the pins look great, games are in nice condition, no issues there whatsoever. Let me know in the comments down below what game I got this month that you are most excited about, which one is the one that most interests you. And until next time, folks, I've been Jay. Remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.